What you know about these nights? Stacking bars to the 3-5. Got my juice on the trees like when it's night, man, I see like no.
Yes, guys, we're back for another episode of Sideline Stories, and today we're joined here by a special guest. Now, I've had a few requests for the return of Johnny Balboa. So I brought him back. I brought Johnny Balboa back. He is live in the flesh today. Johnny, how are you, my friend? How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm good. I'm not too bad. Not too bad.
How you been finding lockdown? What have you been doing on a day-to-day basis?
Do you know what? I've just been keeping myself busy, to be honest. Like I've been in like a little routine that I try to keep to. So that's how I'm just like seeing the days through and stuff. But yeah, I'm just using this as an opportunity as well to get myself fit as well. So I've been doing like 5K runs, been doing home workouts. So yeah, it's been all right, to be fair.
Yeah, so we've seen some of we've posted some of your workouts on Instagram, some of your strength and conditioning workouts, which have been going down well with some of our followers and our academy boys as well. So it's good that you're setting an example, and you know the people from the outside as well as our academy boys can watch and learn and be inspired by what to do during this lockdown period as well, and especially. You've been doing your 5K runs and you've been challenging the boys. So the boys have been trying to beat you. And I believe at the moment, the guy that's got the fastest time is Freeman.
Yeah. So what happened? I think I set the pace. So I think I did, the first time I did like 24 minutes. So I put it in a group thinking, do you know what? I don't see the boys beating it. And the following day, Amadou's done his and he did it in like 23 minutes something. And then the following day, Freeman did his in like 22 minutes. So I thought, you know what, I've got to keep up with these boys. So I think my personal record at the moment is like 23:30. Yeah. So Freeman's the man to catch still.
Yeah, I mean, there was a bit of controversy about Freeman because we was all posting in our little routes and there was no real route from Freeman. It was just a number. And we was all a bit like suspicious about what happened there because there was no route and he couldn't work his app properly and he used a different app to what we was using. So there was a bit of speculation, so we had to get some clarification if it was real or not, which in the end we did. But I even tried to do it myself. You know, I went out on the roads on this hot day and I tried to run a 5K thinking, you know what, I can prove everyone wrong. I can prove I'm faster than the boys and even you know, because, we've had a few competitions and I still can't beat you. And that record still stands because I run 5K in 28 minutes and that's my record. So it's a bit... we still need to rematch, I think you call me out after, I said that, I'm coming back for you. And we haven't had a chance to come back and do our rematch. So once, obviously, this quarantine and isolation lasts over, we can have a rematch. A fitter, a sharper, me, I think it's unstoppable. I feel like I could go right to the top, So I think it's game on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I've been doing bits, working on the low key.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in my garden, doing some football bits, keeping sharp. But I also got my dog that's disrupting my workouts. So I'm gonna try and do some passing. The dog tries to chase me, and the ball. Yeah. But yeah, man. So what? Do you want to talk about stuff this season? I mean, this week we had some great news in it about the boys, winning the league.
Yeah. So basically. We were top of the league, and we were only top of the league by goal difference. But we had 2 games in hand, so we're joint top with Bromley. But our goal difference was way better than theirs. And obviously, with everything going on, everything was put on hold till further notice. So we got an email this week saying, they're just going to end the league there, and they're going to crown us champions as we're top of the league. Our goal difference was a lot better than Bromley's. And on top of that, we still had 2 games in hand. So, obviously I was over the moon about it. Sure, the boys were happy about it as well. But it's a little bit different. I mean, I think it would have been a lot more sweeter if we could have won it on the pitch. Like, even though our record throughout the season was good, I think we only lost 1 game in the whole league. And then in the league, and Bromley, I think, lost 3. I think we lost 1, drew 1, and won the rest. So it was looking like we were gonna win the league. But regardless, we'll still celebrate. We'll still celebrate, and hopefully, that will spur us on to to go win some more trophies.
Yeah, I mean, it was fantastic news. You know, it's our first season in the league as an academy. You know, and just how we set out, we become victorious. You know, first season. And rumor has it that you replicated a certain special one. You replicated a certain Jose Mourinho.
Do you know what? I don't really like that. I don't even like that comparison. Too tough because I'm not a Mourinho guy. Like, yeah, to be fair, he came in his first season, done it, but more of a Klopp guy, to be honest. I know it's taken him a few years, but yeah.
I mean, Klopp's a great guy, but I think in terms of what you've replicated and what you've managed and achieved this year, I feel like it's more of a Mourinho because Klopp didn't win anything in his first season, whereas Mourinho came and conquered. So I feel like, yeah, we'll
so what, are you calling me the special one then?
Whoa, is that you're self-claiming that? Self-claiming that. You can call yourself that if you want to. We got a few names: you, Johnny Balboa, you know, Johnny Klopp, the special one. But yeah, it was great. I mean, I agree with you when you say in regards to like I would have rather us win a league like the normal way.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, and at the end of the day, we still won the league and we deserve to because we kind of blew every team out the park. And the league are sending us our trophy and our medals, so we've got a little. We're gonna celebrate properly once that comes because we've got some other stuff coming as well, which is our brand new home and away and our training kits, and we've also got something else as well, which I can't say because it matches the moment of winning the league. But we've got some great kits coming. So, John, do you want to tell everyone about how sweet the kits are looking and the training stuff? Like, how's it all looking?
Oh, do you know what? It's looking really good. You know, I'm really excited for them to come. I'm really excited for the boys as well to see it and to try with the kit on. And even myself, like I'm equally as excited as they are. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The kit next season is gonna make us look very superior. So I can't wait.
And I heard as well, like rumor has it, like I'm hearing these rumors. I'm basically Sky Sports News today, but rumor has it, like we are the trendsetters, like, and people may copy our kits, which is fine. Like I'm happy about that. Like copy our kits, but that's fine. You know, we'll get our kits out, and people may copy it, but we are trendsetters. We are the elite, and we are the pride of South London. So that does happen. When you're at the top, people copy. We're here to set trends. But yeah, they'll be coming very soon, and we'll be releasing one of our kits as soon as possible. As soon as possible, it comes out. Like we're gonna do a lockdown like reveal of the kit because it just needs to be. It's just so banging.
Yeah.
It needs to.
No, it's a sweet one. It's a sweet one.
But yeah, and for those that don't know as well, we're also starting a Sunday League team for next year as well. So it was something we had in the pipeline for a while, and I think we all agreed that it was something that we needed to happen because this just the progression of the club and just because of how competitive Sunday League football is now. So do you want to touch base on the Sunday League, like the team for next year?
Yeah, so we have a Sunday team for next year. It's going to be a mixture of like the youth, players, the younger players coming through, and a few experienced players as well. So that's what it's going to be. We've had a lot of support from Rocker. Obviously, some of you might know that I've been a Rocker player for some time, 5 years now. But we've been AFC Peckham, Peckham Town, and now Rocker. So we've had a lot of support from them as well. So next season will be interesting because we want to push through quite a few players, to try and get some men's football experience. Even though they're getting it on a Saturday, some of them might get it on a Saturday, and we want to try and get some of the other boys who are not getting the experience on a Saturday to play on a Sunday. So I'm going to be lacing up again, So I'm looking forward to that. Hence why I've been doing my 5Ks. I've been trying to keep fit. So I want to try and help some of these boys come through as well. So yeah, something I'm really looking forward to. Can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to touch base on that and say, obviously, rumour has it again from Sky Studio that you are coming out of retirement, you are lacing back up the boots, and the source from the DC camp is that you're trying to and piping for the captain's armband. Like, can we have some clarification on that?
Do you know what? Like, I'm just gonna leave that to management to deal with. You know, whether I'm captain or not, I'm still gonna lead by example, like I've always done. You know, that's just, you know, I'm not the type to, you know, to shout orders and stuff on the pitch, but I prefer to like lead for, you know, by example. So if the gaffer gives it to me, then who am I to say no?
Well, I also had another rumour, which I've just made up right now.
You're always hearing rumours, aren't you?
Yeah, because I am Sky Sports News. I make the rumours up, but I may also lace up my boots as well. Like, I heard that Puma are sending me and you a nice package of boots that we can play test. So,
well, can you confirm then if you're coming out of retirement?
I can confirm that I may make my testimonial match, which may, you know, follow on for the rest of the season. And that I feel like me and you playing as a CDM, as a centre mid partnership, it may work well. You know, I feel like we've got good chemistry.
Yeah,
so we shall see, because the quality of players we're bringing in, I may not even get into the team. So, you know, we'll have to just see. Obviously, I hope someone is better than me because I'm a bit rusty, but we shall see. But I will play.
That's what pre-season's there for, isn't it? We've got a few games that we've lined up, so we'll confirm them soon on Instagram, just for, you know, for everyone to see. If you want to come watch, or if you want to actually try it out as well, you know, always welcome.
Yeah, definitely, because we're always looking out for new talent and also taking the team to the top. Now, what are your plans, obviously, as the academy head coach and, you know, after the successful season we had, what are your plans for next season to, you know, to lead on from what we've accomplished this year?
So next season, we're going to expand. We're going to have 2 teams. We're going to have 2 teams. And the plan is just for the boys to carry on developing as players and as people as well. I think that's the most important thing. Obviously, winning trophies and things like that is always a bonus. Like, you know, no one plays football not to win. So the plan still is to go and win, you know, every competition that we're in, you know, the league and the cups. And yeah, you know, just to keep expanding and, you know, getting the name out there. And yeah, like I said, first thing to develop these players as, you know, players on the field and also as people away from football as well.
Yeah, I think that's what it's all about. You know, I think it's about us. I think there's a bigger picture than just football. You know, we're trying to do more than just that. So, yeah, I mean, we've got so many plans for next year, and you know, to especially the league as well. So we've got into a new league, which we'll touch base on, you know, closer to the time. But it's basically replicating the Premier League, and you know, it'll be good for our boys to be in there. But
I mean, like, also there's, you know, we've got other goals as well, and you know, if we can get, you know, 1 or 2 players playing men's football, either it be in the, you know, non-league, or they go on to progress and, you know, get a contract at a pro club, then that's a massive bonus, you know. So yeah,
cool. Well, I'm just going to finish off with something, because you're a Liverpool fan, and there's a Liverpool fan that I know that really just grinds my gears. So I'm hoping that you can change my view and opinion on Liverpool fans. And obviously, I'm a Chelsea fan. Today I'm wearing, you know, the 1970 inspired.
Do you know what? Give me a second. No. I don't even like the way you're wearing your Chelsea kit. Let me bring out something. Oh yeah, classic kit.
All right, we can have the classics, but you know, I feel like the kit I'm wearing right now is it's an inspirational kit. You know, it inspired me to become an artist. In kits.
What was you saying?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, what was you saying?
See, this is what I mean about Liverpool fans. They bring out kits that are 50 years old. Like, come on. We need to,
Look who's talking though. This is like the 89-90 season. You're wearing this from 1970.
No, but this is the 2020 revamp version. Like,
whatever,
it's by a certain brand I cannot mention, but they've revamped it all up and it's nice and tech fitted. But as a Liverpool fan, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, this one question. But I had a debate early in the week with another Liverpool fan who, must I say, this guy can't play football. Like, I don't even think he can run. Like, he can't play football, he can't run, but he talks about facts. Like Rafa Benitez, you know, Rafa Benitez had that rant about facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he talks like that. He kind of looks like Rafa Benitez, to be fair. But he tried to tell me, and I just want some clarification because it's either I don't know something or there's something I missed. So Michael Ballack, yeah, his time at Chelsea was a flop.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Liverpool fan, the other one, said. But I know I said that it wasn't a flop. He done what he needed to do, and he was successful at Chelsea. But you can't compare him to his life at Bayern Munich because he was at the peak at Bayern Munich, and when he comes to Chelsea, he was 30. He was on the decline of his peak. Now he's never going to be as good as he was at Bayern Munich because that was his peak. Now because he didn't surpass that, he was apparently a flop. So what are your opinions on that? Was Michael Ballack a flop at Chelsea? Bearing in mind he won the Premier League and some other trophies as well.
Do you know what? He wasn't a flop because he set such a high standard at Bayern Munich here. Like, everyone expected him to do exactly the same thing at Chelsea. And obviously at Chelsea, it was different because you're coming into a team with Frank Lampard, Drogba. You've got other, big players, that are scoring goals. They're, creating chances for Chelsea to score and stuff. So I think his time at Chelsea was, in my opinion, it was pretty average. Like, yes, fair enough, he won trophies and stuff. He won the Premier League. Did he win the Champions League as well?
No, he left by then.
No, he didn't. Yeah, so how many years was he there for again? 2-3 years?
Yeah, but you got to remember, like, he joined Chelsea when he was 30, and he'd done a lot of Bayern Munich, but he done it in the German league where Bayern Munich were the dominant team. And I know he was at Leverkusen, and he done well there, but he didn't do anything. He didn't win anything, I don't think, at Leverkusen.
No.
But
it's fine.
Yeah, he won everything at Bayern, isn't it? Whereas,
I wouldn't say it was a flop. Like, Torres was a flop.
Yeah, Torres is a flop, but it just didn't make any... the guy's point was that, and I'm glad you come to some sense, which makes me appreciate Liverpool fans a little bit more, but it made me think, like, he was saying that because it wasn't as good. Oh, can you not? Yeah.
Leverkusen, you didn't win it. Leverkusen.
I can't see you, though.
You can't see me? Hold on one second.
There we go. We're back again. Yeah, so obviously Michael Ballack, he was successful in Germany. He won lots of trophies at Bayern Munich, and he, it's great, but he joined Chelsea when he was 30. He was in the decline of his peak, and he come to the best league in the world. He's not obviously, and the league's more competitive. He's not going to win as much in England as he is in Germany. So I wouldn't say, again, like I said, I wouldn't say he was fantastic because he wasn't. Because there was players that were, shining more than him, but he wasn't a flop. And this also gets into the next thing about players at Chelsea. Now, there's always a huge debate, and obviously, as a Chelsea fan, as a Liverpool fan, we're both going to be biased, but there's also truth in this as well. But it goes back to Lampard Gerrard.
Oh, don't get me started, please.
It goes to Lampard Gerrard.
Don't. Come on, man.
It goes to Lampard Gerrard. Now, we're not going to touch base there because we could go for hours, but the same Liverpool fan had the debate about. He said, Gerrard is better than Lampard because Gerrard can play right back. So because Gerrard can play right back, he's better than Lampard.
Mm-hmm.
That was his whole thing.
But Gerrard is better than Lampard. Not only because he can play right back, but he's better than Lampard.
Do you know what it is? I just don't see it. I just don't see it. He was better than Lampard. I just don't see it. And I'll tell you why, because I feel like if Gerrard come to Chelsea, he wouldn't have shone as much as he did at Liverpool. Liverpool is the main man, the scouser. We always talk about 2005 Champions League final. We always talk about these things. But look what Lampard done. He's number 5 in the Premier League top goal scorers. The only midfielder.
Okay, listen. Like you just said, Gerrard he was unfortunate that at Liverpool, we had pretty average players. He was playing with average players and he was carrying the whole team. That's what good players do. That's what leaders do. Lampard had Drogba. He had Robin, when Robin was at Chelsea. Damien Duff, Joe Cole. He had all these players around him. Makelele.
Yeah, but
He
Gerrard
had
had
all these good players
Alonso.
around him.
He had
Michael Essien.
Alonso. He had
He had
Alonso.
Yeah, even
He had
Alonso as well. Yeah, okay.
Mascherano. He had
Oh, come on.
Torres. He had Luis
But-
Suarez. He had Dirk Kuyt.
Yeah,
Cal,
but then
where's
when
the
he had
other
these
two?
players, though, wait, listen. But you know when he had these players, though, yeah, you're naming all these players over what? Maybe his whole career when he was at Liverpool. But when Torres was there, and okay, maybe him, Alonso, Torres, you don't win anything with just 3 players. But he managed to win the Champions League in that 2005 year, where we had Milan Barros as our striker. We had Cisse. Come on, these players are average. We had Harry Kewell. We had average players. We had Smincer.
And you know who Chelsea had? We
No
won
one in
Champions League. When we won Champions League, we played Ryan Bertrand at left wing. Yeah? Ryan Bertrand, left wing.
Yeah, but Dylan, you had Drogba.
We had Drogba. But it doesn't matter anyway because
What are you on
we're talking about central midfielders, and you know Lampard just pips it for me. You know, he's just
Let's forget everything else here. Let's talk about player for player.
Player for player, yeah. Player for player.
So we're not talking about stats. We're not talking about trophies.
Yeah.
Player for
Lampard,
player.
Lampard
Who would you rather have in your team? Lampard.
Lampard.
Why?
Better box to box, scores more.
So box to box.
Better box to box, scores more goals. He's better box to box, scores more goals. Yeah, all round better player. You know, better tackler. You know.
So hold on. Okay, put Gerrard aside. Yeah, Scholes or Lampard?
Oh, Scholes can get in a bin. Scholes can get in a bin.
I can't believe you said that. What? No, you're better. No. You're biased, man.
I'm always going to be a bit biased, isn't it? But
Goals, would they?
I mean, and this leads on to my last comment. Yeah. Now there was also another bit of debate we had, and it was 2 last bits. The first bit was who was better, John Terry or Carlos Puyol?
Do you know what? There are 2 defenders here that I love. I love Puyol, yeah, just because he's never say die attitudes. And Terry had it as well, to be honest. Put his body on the line, both heads, tackle. But the only reason why I would choose this player is because of his composure, and he's a better passer. And because of the kind of player that I am as well. Like, as a player, I like defenders that can play out. And don't get it twisted, Puyol can play out because obviously he played at Barcelona, but he was a little bit erratic as well. So I think Terry, and I hate to say it, 'cause I hate Chelsea, but I think Terry would just edge it for me, you know, because Terry was both-footed as well. Like, he can ping a ball right foot, left foot.
I heard
he
a
has
thing
a
that
little bit more
Rio said that he was the only centre-back, I watched it, that he's ever played with or known that can ping a ball 60 yards or 40 yards with his left foot and his right foot for a centre-half, you know. Obviously, I'm working the same from... Pardon?
I said, I bet you're happy to hear that, innit?
I mean, it was always the truth anyways. It's just the pure facts. Boys. And then what was the last thing? The last thing I was going to say. Now, obviously, I've been around in life for X amount of years. And I've seen one team throughout my whole life basically just be really terrible. And that team, other than Liverpool, is Arsenal. Now, Arsenal have just been really bad and terrible. They've not really been successful in my whole life. Now, we had another debate, and obviously, I think because I'm a Chelsea fan and I have my own opinions, that it's always against Chelsea. But the opinion was: would you rather have Arsenal's recent success or Chelsea's recent success?
What was that?
Yeah, exactly. Would you rather have Arsenal's... it actually wasn't recent success, actually. It was, would you rather have Arsenal's success as a club or Chelsea's recent success?
So you're talking about Arsenal, so up until 2004, invincible, or Chelsea's Mourinho era?
Yeah, Abramovich era, yeah.
Or Abramovich era. Arsenal, in my opinion.
Why?
And the reason why, I'll tell you why, yeah. Growing up, even though I was a Liverpool supporter, I enjoyed watching Arsenal. I enjoyed, forget like, you know, Henry, them times Henry, Bergkamp in like 2002, 2004, yes. But even prior to that as well, in the 90s with Petit, Overmars, Kanu, Vieira, Anelka, like I actually enjoyed watching them. Ian Wright, they were entertaining to watch. They played some good football. And that followed through, you know, till like, 2002, 2003 with Wartord, Perez. Like Arsenal they were good. They were actually sick. As much as I hate to say it, and to go a whole season, even though that, you know, people say, yeah, they drew 12 games in that season when they went unbeaten, but they didn't lose a point. Sorry, they didn't lose a game. And that is very difficult. It's a very difficult thing to do in the league, no matter what league you're playing in.
So, you know, like, I get where you're coming from, but
yeah,
I feel like Chelsea's recent success, you know, we've had like...
do you know why? Do you know why I'm not having it?
League. We're the only team in England to win...
You lot went and spent money. You lot bought the league and it was boring to watch. Like when Mourinho first came, it was boring.
But do you know why it was boring? And I think, you know, as well, I read a thing earlier. I think people hate Chelsea a lot now because Abramovich came and he brought Mourinho with him. Because Mourinho had that arrogance and he had that, we are the best.
But do you know what? I think people hated Chelsea before Mourinho came because if you remember, Abramovich bought the club a year before Mourinho came. Yeah, and he had Ranieri. And even from then, I remember hating Chelsea. And your first game of the season as well, in that year when Abramovich brought the club, was against Liverpool, funny enough. And I remember you lot beating us 2-1. Hasselbank got the win. And Owen missed the penalty. And then from that day onwards, I'm like, do you know what? I hate Chelsea. Hate them.
Yeah, but I feel like because Abramovich was like, Abramovich set a blueprint, like, you can be a billionaire, buy a football club and turn it into a massive club. And I think that come, and then Mourinho like fired put some petrol in that fire and lit everything up because Mourinho had some arrogance that no one liked but loved it because he was unbeatable. Like, you couldn't beat that Chelsea 2005 team was unbeatable. Obviously, I think we lost one game in that whole season.
Yeah.
And I think no one liked it because there's this club, this brilliant blue club.
Do you know why? But if you lot had won the league that year by playing a brand of football that everyone enjoyed watching, I don't think everyone would hate Chelsea as much. But because you lot would like get 1-0 wins, and that was enough for you lot. Like defensively, you lot was solid, very good. Like you had Carvalho, you had Terry at the back, innit? And even before Terry came, before Ashley Cole came, who was your left back then?
Wayne Bridge.
Wayne Bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Wayne Bridge, yeah. So like, and your right back, I can't remember who it was. Glenn Johnson, I think.
You know, Paulo Ferreira.
Oh yeah, you had Paulo Ferreira, Paulo Ferreira and Glenn Johnson. And then you had Czech, like, so defensively, you lot were solid. And you had Makelele sitting in front of them. It was just boring to watch. With Arsenal, it was like entertaining football. It was like watching the Brazilians.
Do you know what? Go on to that. That also, I've got two more things to say. So it goes into my next thing now. As a Chelsea fan, obviously I'm always biased to Chelsea. Now, you know, I think everyone that played for Chelsea is the best thing since sliced bread. But there's one player in the Premier League who is my favourite Premier League player, and that's Thierry Henry. I think he just glides across the pitches. Mm-hmm. He brought Vavavoom to the Premier League, but someone else said to me that Alan Shearer was better than Thierry Henry.
Nah.
Now I'm asking you because obviously you've seen them both more than I have, but apparently like Thierry Henry was completely different to any other player I've played in the Premier League.
Henry brought joy to football when he came to the Premier League. Like Alan Shearer was good. He was a goal scorer. That's all he was. He was just a goal scorer, and obviously that's what you want from a striker. But Henry brought something else with it as well. And don't get it twisted. Thierry Henry wasn't really a natural goal scorer either. But just the fact that he will get a ball and he will run at players and beat a player, and like you said, he will glide past players. That's what people like to see.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for me, I prefer Henry.
And I think that's why as well, like, even though Sergio Aguero is a great player, I think that's why I prefer Henry, because with Aguero, he just can't do things that Henry could. So Henry would literally can get the ball and run past players and make his own goal, whereas Aguero needs a bit more assistance to do that. And I think that's why
he's more of a box player. Aguero is more of a box player.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, Aguero's goal scoring record's great, but I think that's just why Henry can make a goal out of nothing. And I feel like, yeah, he's
Let
the
me
best.
ask you a question.
Go for it.
In your lifetime,
Yeah.
best player ever,
That I've seen.
yeah, that you watched growing up, or could be.
Do you know what it is? There's a few, you know. One
Give
of
me
them
your
would be
top three. Give me your top three.
top three
Best
would
players
be
ever.
that I've seen personally. Yeah, like my life. Yeah, so Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
I would say Zidane, but I wouldn't say Zidane's obviously in there. But the reason why I wouldn't say it because I didn't see a lot of him because he retired when I was like 9 years old, so I didn't get to see much of him. Obviously, he'd be in there though. But Ronaldinho, I'd say Lionel Messi, and I'll say Ronaldo.
The Portuguese Ronaldo, Cristiano.
The Brazilian one.
Oh, okay.
I think, but I think that's just me saying on what I've seen. Like, if you ask me my all-time top three, I'd say I'll probably put Zidane in there and take someone out. But I think Ronaldinho, you know, I remember Ronaldinho come to Stamford Bridge from 2005 and just.
No, mine. I can put mine in order for you. Mine, Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo. I think my first World Cup that I watched was like 98, innit? I'm giving away my age as well. 1998, Ronaldo was unreal. He was unplayable. And I think he was 21 at the time as well. By far, best player in the world. Second, Zidane. Like, I grew up wanting to play like Zidane. And thirdly, Messi. Messi just... I think Messi's unreal. And do you know what? I want him to win the World Cup, you know, before his career is done. I just want him to win it all. I feel like he deserves that because I think that's the reason why people might not add him into their top three of all time. They'll say, oh, but he's never won the World Cup, never done it at international level. But
yeah,
what he's done at club level though.
I think a lot of people say things like he hasn't played anywhere else other than Barcelona, so would he still be successful? Whereas they will say Ronaldo, you know, he's played in the Premier League, he's played in Spain, he's played in Italy, he's won the Euros with Portugal. I prefer Messi because, again, like I prefer players that play a certain way, and like Messi plays a certain way. You know, he glides, he's elegant. Like, I prefer the way he plays. But I hope he does win something. I hope he does win a World Cup or the Copa America or something, you know, so that he can win some sort of international trophy. Now, the last thing I'm going to ask before we sign out is going back to Chelsea, because obviously got to watch a lot.
Good.
But do you think that Chelsea will win the Premier League within the next 5 years?
That's a hard question to answer, you know.
And we're gonna say for argument's sake as well, Lampard's still at the wheel.
Okay, Lampard's still at the wheel. Do you know what? I'm gonna say no, yeah. And do you know why? Because I've got to like back up what I've said in the past. So I had a bet with one of my friends. Actually, he's my barber. He's my friend as well, and he might be watching this as well. Dele, talking about you, by the way, Dele, Skinny D. So I said to him, Chelsea will never win the league. For as long as Klopp is at Liverpool, Chelsea are never going to win the league. Like, we have more of a chance every single year between now and 5 years' time of winning the league. I think it's going to be us. When a new era of two teams running the league, and I think it's Liverpool, Man City. We've gone through, the era of Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United. Now it's time for Man City, Liverpool to run the league now. And I think it's between us two, to be honest.
Do you know what I think it is? I think you've been great this year. Don't get me wrong, but I think your system will get found. You haven't been really successful though, apart from this year. And last year he was successful. He won Champions League, but he wasn't like.
Yeah, and he came second with 97 points. Come on.
Yeah, last season and this season he's been good, but I think Madrid showed us something, that your system can get found out. Has flaws in it, because we had this conversation before that Liverpool's team system is better than their players. So I feel like once the system gets found out,
system's better than the players. I don't understand that.
The players
from what I remember, when we played Atletico, they did a Chelsea innit and parked the bus. Remember when Chelsea used to do that?
Yeah. It was successful. They won the league. Won the league though. Did you won the Premier League?
Parked the bus,
cool. Yeah.
Put every single man behind the ball.
Yeah.
And just hoped for the best. And we were very wasteful. Don't forget we had chances. We could have put that game away. We were very wasteful in front of goal. That's the only reason why we lost. So I don't think we've been you can't say, we've been found out. That's the end of Liverpool. I disagree.
I wouldn't say it's the end, but I feel because it happened with Chelsea. Chelsea had their park the bus style of play for a few years when Mourinho first was here. And it was successful, and then teams found a way of how to defeat that, and then that was the end of Jose Mourinho at Chelsea. Not saying that's going to happen to Klopp, but I think it's kind of happened. It's kind of sort of happened to Man City as well. Not saying they fell off and they're a rubbish team, but people are starting to find out flaws in the way they play. And I feel like that's why this season they've dropped a lot of points and lost a lot of games because of that. But I personally think if we keep Lampard and we are able to recruit, Chelsea will win the league in the next 3 years. I really believe that. And I'll tell you why, because I feel like we've got a great manager. We've got our own style of play now. Some of the names are.
Can I just say something? Because Lampard was such a good player, doesn't make him a great manager. I'm not saying that he's a bad manager.
I know that. Yeah.
You know what? I follow a lot of coaches, and I see his kind of coaching style and the way he is with his players, and I like it. It's good, but that doesn't mean he's going to win the Premier League in the next 3 years. I think you're more hoping.
I feel if we get the right, I'm seeing one of your old boys, Coutinho, being linked with the club.
Do you know what? If he ever goes to Chelsea, that's the end. Because I've got a soft spot for Coutinho as well.
I'm seeing some decent names. Werner from.
He doesn't. I'd rather Spurs.
Who? Coutinho?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, he's going to come to the boys in blue and rain in your parade and take back, the league title to West London. But
notice something though. Ex-Liverpool players never, once they leave Liverpool, they're never the same, and they never play well against us. Look at Torres. Look at Owen. Look at Sterling.
What about Suarez?
Yeah, but he's gone to La Liga now. We're talking about in the Premier League.
No, but he played against you in the Champions League. He scored as well, didn't he, last year?
Yeah, but then what happened in the second leg?
Yeah,
he dumped them out. So come on, that doesn't even count. And now Coutinho, they just don't do well when they leave Liverpool.
I feel like Jody Morris and his and the troops down at the bridge will get the better out of him, and
we'll see. Good luck with that.
And make him better. But yeah, anyway, John, it was nice speaking to you. Nice seeing you getting on. And we shall speak soon.
All right, then. Take care, my friend.
All right, see you later. In a bit. Bye.
What you know about these nights? Stacking bars to the 3-5. Got my juice on the trees, when it's not, man, I see, no.